Hello and welcome to this vlog where I make an EXO-SUIT prototype on a one-day hackathon with my friends. The Collaborative Science Project, or CSP, is an activity that is hosted annually at our high school. As our high school is a very not STEM-oriented high school, the aims and expectations of this CSP activity also couldn't be lamer. The action phase of this program is on June the 22nd, and I would like to regard it as the hackathon date. I was supposed to be at a summer school at that point, but I stayed behind due to personal issues, and hence I decided to help my friends and actually do something cooler. My idea was to create a soft exosuit based on artificial muscles or tendons, and here you can see some of my inspirations.
Sorry. I mean, at least it's discernible, right? So basically the idea is that, for this prototype, because we only have one day, we're going to cross out the sum. We're not going to do the therapy for the sum because the sum, as you guys may see, it's a lot more complicated than the other fingers.
It has a lot more degrees of freedom. So it's a lot this degree, and this degree, and also this degree. So it's a lot more complicated than the other fingers, which is almost only one degree. So
my idea is that I kind of researched how the tendons in the fingers work because they kind of retract and you can kind of feel them in the arms. So I was thinking that what if we just make artificial tendons and
so that we have different settings in the hands, so I'm just going to draw them schematically, kind of like this. Right. So then the idea is that perhaps we could use these ribbons to emulate the tendons.
其实还欠着。哎，行了，完了。脚啊。
刀拿去第一洗一下吗？
第一，直接水就行。
Or anywhere. Actually, because 可能会堵下水道。But okay, wait, this one's going to be tricky actually. Do you mind if I want to make sure that I don't get the tables messy.
Take time and consider it.
Okay.
I would just wash the table afterwards.
Really? That's really hard.
Here's the part where I inject the uncured silicone gel into our 3D printed molds. This is actually pretty hard because I left very thin creases for the fingers. Okay guys, I'm going to secretly use the lighter. That's not very clean. But I think it will work.
相当于没烤。然后这是什么呢？
And here's the part where I assembled the ribbons so that they would emulate the tendons laid out within our hands. I had to make sure that the layout is correct.
How about you, Sydney? So far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah, we're working on group entry. Yeah, do you know how to connect to the printer?
Yeah, I can help them.
They can help you. Bring it. Yeah.
Wait.
Oh, are you monitoring the keypad today? No. I'm monitoring my budget and I'm Thank you very much, William. Can I give them in your safe hands, William? No. Thank you. Now, you have to know how to ask for help. You don't know, you don't know.
发生什么了？
你这都做啥呢？
哦，我们那个叫什么就是跨学科的这个合作项目，就是不同学科的同学到一起去做一个小的那个 prototype。我们这个做的是给手指按摩的一个装置。
The ribbons were meticulously assembled to balance the trade-off between comfort and durability.
Okay, so this is like supposed to fit in the final layer of the finger. This can get pretty tricky, and we also might damage the mold, but I think it's fine.
The demolding process is much easier to mess up than the injection process because we might actually damage the silicone gel.
Okay, so that's our first ring. I have to cut it later.
Now this is the part where I assemble the demolded silicone gel rings onto the ribbons that we previously made. So these rings will actually act as holders for our fingers.
Oh, so basically it's going to work like this. So like when I pull, it's going to go down.
Oh, that's
And-
quite
yeah.
interesting.
Okay. So now we have all the segments attached, and I'm running out of battery. So that's going to be a little bit hard. I have to charge it later. Okay. Yeah, maybe in the future we have to make it into a glove. Okay, should be good. Okay. So, how to do it?
And this is the part where I insert a balloon into the ribbon so that when I inflate the balloon, the muscle is actually going to expand in one direction and contract in the longer direction, causing the tendons to retract along with it.
Wait, Sydney, can you help me with something?
Yeah, definitely.
So, like, basically, I'm going to hold this open, and then you're going to plug this in there.
Okay,
Like
definitely.
I-
Plug this 这段吗？
Yeah, as deep as possible. So
越深越好吗 ？OK。
yeah. Wait, Yuli, could you help me, like basically, maybe you heard, like, huh? Okay, yeah, we can do it.
我要测太阳能板的输出电流，然后我现在有2个，
Okay, we can do a little bit deeper.
我现在有
that should be good.
我现在有一
Thank
个
you.
75欧和0.75欧的，我应该串哪个电阻啊？当负载。
我要是哪个什么，我要串一个电子当做负载来串到我，因为我要拿一个东西测我的输出电流，然后串一个电子当做负载用。OK，我应该用0.75欧的还是用75欧的？你是什么功能测电流啊？0.75，但是我不知道你剩下的系统的那个。
The balloon was finally successfully inserted into the McRibbon, and now it's time to inflate. This is an electro-pneumatic circuit that I adapted from Harvard's soft robotics lab. I will be using an Arduino Nano board to control the solenoids and compressors. Now, anyone with a basic understanding of Newtonian mechanics would know that we have to attach the other end of the McRibbon muscle onto a stationary point on the forearm. After I finally completed the silicone gel sleeve, I actually tested the whole prototype on campus because our session ends at 3 p.m. But still, I took it home to film a higher quality demo video. So here is a brief demo video of how to put on this device. First, you attach the forearm sleeve, the silicone gel sleeve, onto your forearm. Then you would run some McRibbon muscle all the way through the 2 punched holes on the sleeve. Next, you would put all the rings, the silicone gel rings, through your fingers. There are 3 rings for each finger, corresponding to the 3 segments of the finger. In retrospect, it felt like a very tedious process, so in the future if I make another version, I'll definitely have to work on that. Now here comes the fun part, and this is actually the part that separates primary kids from high school kids. I prepared the electro-pneumatic circuits, and now it's ready to be inflated. Throughout this journey, I met amazing people who will become lifelong friends. Our school has always believed that this hackathon should not have a champion. And I would agree because this process itself is already very rewarding. As you saw in this video, in the 6-hour hackathon, I have helped other contestants and other teams have also helped our team. This collaborative sciences project has definitely helped us work on our ability to communicate and collaborate effectively. Stay tuned because I am planning to create a second version of this EXO-SUIT.